People evacuated popular beach communities and made last-minute runs on batteries and gasoline as Hurricane Henri churned closer to Long Island and southern New England, while officials pleaded with the millions of people in the storm's path to brace themselves for torrential rain and storm surges. Hurricane Henri was on course to collide Sunday in the late morning or afternoon with a long stretch of coastline, as hurricane warnings extended from near the old whaling port of New Bedford, Massachusetts, across the luxurious oceanfront estates of New York's Hamptons, to the summer getaway of Fire Island. Intense winds and potentially dangerous tidal surges were expected as far east as Cape Cod and as far west as the New Jersey shore, and utilities warned ensuing power outages could last a week or even more. Governors urged people to stay home during the brunt of the storm. Henri was veering a bit further west than originally expected, placing eastern Long Island in its bullseye rather than New England. That gave people directly in the storm's path less time to prepare. A mandatory evacuation order was issued for some residents closest to the water in Madison, Connecticut. First Selectwoman Peggy Lyons wrote in a public notice that any residents who do not leave the evacuation zone by 9 p.m. tonight are putting their lives at risk, and public safety crews will not be able to respond to you once winds exceed 50 miles per hour. Residents and visitors on Fire Island, a narrow strip of sandy villages barely above sea level off Long Island's southern coast, were urged to evacuate. The last boats out will leave at 10:40 p. Saturday. After that, officials said, there may be no way out for people who decide to ride out the storm. The evacuation threw a wrench into Kristen Pavese's planned Fire Island bachelorette party. The group of 10 had intended to celebrate out on Saturday night, but ended up leaving on the ferry just a day after arriving. They had planned to stay until Monday. "I'm upset about it, but it's the weather. It's nothing I can control," said Pavese, a Long Island resident. "I've been going to Fire Island for a long time, so I'm sort of familiar with this happening." The group made alternate Saturday night plans at a Long Island winery, and Pavese said she was happy to still be with her friends. Approaching severe weather Saturday night also halted a superstar-laden concert in Manhattan's Central Park. The show, headlined by Bruce Springsteen, Simon and Jennifer Hudson, was meant to celebrate New York City's recovery from the coronavirus. But officials asked concert-goers to leave the park during Barry Manilow's set amid the threat of lightning. Mayor Bill de Blasio ultimately said the event had to be called off and urged attendees to go home. Gov.